Hey, I'm with the Cool Cats team, and we've done the digging to bring you a critical insider's briefing. Today, we're cracking the code on the GED Math test. Let's get started. So let me ask you something. Do you think the GED Math test is just this random, unpredictable beast? A lot of people do. They think it's designed to be impossible, but what if that's just what they want you to believe?
The reality? It's not random at all. The GED Math test is a system. It has rules, it has patterns, and any system can be figured out. Today, we're handing you the playbook, the cheat sheet. Let's dive in.
Okay, first up, number operations. This chunk makes up about 20 to 30% of the test. You got to think of this as the foundation for your whole mission. Get this right, and everything else gets a whole lot easier.
So what's your target here? It's simple. You need to get really comfortable with the fundamentals. We're talking fractions, factors, and just understanding number values. These are the basic tools you're going to use over and over again.
So you're going to see a question that looks something like this, probably in the no calculator section. Now, this isn't really a fraction question. It's a test to see how well you know your factors. It's asking for the biggest number that fits perfectly into both 20 and 30. And here is the protocol for nailing it every single time. Don't guess, be systematic. Just list out all the factors for 20, 1, 2, 4, 5, 10, 20. Then do the same thing for 30. Now just look at both lists, find the numbers they have in common, and pick the biggest one. It's 10. See? Clean, simple, and you get it right every time. All right, let's look at another one. This is about absolute value, but they disguise it as a distance problem. They want to see if you know how to write down the calculation for the space between -5 and 2. The whole key here is the word distance. And here's why. The key concept is that distance is always positive. You can't have a negative distance, right? The formula for that is the absolute value of the difference between the 2 points. So you take the absolute value of one point minus the other, which makes -5 minus 2 the right way to write it. That gives you -7, and the absolute value of that is just 7. That's your distance. Okay, next mission, algebra. Now, this is the biggest part of the test. Your job here is to become a master code breaker. You're translating all these words and symbols to find that one piece of missing information, which is usually just X. The GED is really testing you on two main algebra skills. 1. Can you take a word problem and turn it into a nice, clean math equation? And 2. Can you spot a mistake? They absolutely love to give you an equation that's already been solved, but with a mistake in it, and ask you to find the error.
Here is a perfect example. You don't have to solve this from scratch. Nope. Your job is to be a detective. You're finding where someone else went wrong. This is a clever way to test if you understand the process, not just the final answer.
Okay, now look closely, because this shows you the trap. After you simplify everything down to 4x plus 8 equals 2x plus 10, the next move is to get all the x's together. The correct move is to subtract 2x from both sides. But the trap, the common mistake, is to accidentally add it. And that's exactly the kind of slip-up the GED is testing to see if you can catch.
So here's your algebra playbook in a nutshell. 1. Always simplify each side first. 2. Get that variable all by itself by doing the opposite of what you see. If it's addition, you subtract. If it's multiplication, you divide. And here's the pro tip, the secret weapon. Back solving. If you're totally stuck, just start plugging the answer choices into the equation until one works. It's a lifesaver. All right, our last Intel briefing covers geometry and graphs. This part is all about visual data. Your mission is to look at a shape, a chart, or a graph and pull out the exact information you need. You're basically visualizing the battlefield. A super common question looks like this. They give you a list of raw data, in this case goals scored per day, and you have to match it to the right visual, a line plot. It seems simple, but it's really easy to make a small counting error if you're rushing. So here's the foolproof strategy. Don't just eyeball it. Take 30 seconds, seriously, that's all it takes, and sketch out a quick frequency table. Just tally up how many times you see each number. Okay, there's 1 0, there's 1 1, there are 3 2s, you get it. Now you can just match your table to the choices perfectly, no mistakes. And then, of course, you've got your classic geometry problems. They'll give you a shape,
give you some of the info, but leave a piece missing. Here, they give you the area and the length, and they want the width. The key here isn't about memorizing 100 formulas. It's about knowing how to use the tools they give you.
Because here's the thing. On the GED test, you get a formula sheet. So the protocol is super straightforward. Find the right formula on the sheet, plug in the numbers you already know, and then just solve for the one you don't. Area equals length times width becomes 150 equals 15 times width. To get the width alone, you just divide 150 by 15. Bam! The width is 10 feet.
All right, you've gotten the intel. You've seen the main parts of the test. Now it's time for the final mission debrief. Let's pull this all together into your personal strategic toolkit.
This right here, this is your ultimate cheat sheet. For every single type of problem, there is a play. For number sense, get good with factors. For algebra, remember small steps and that back-solving trick. For geometry, use that formula sheet and label everything. For graphs, make sure you know what a function is. Just check that every x goes to only one y. And for any word problem, your first step is always to translate the English into math. These are the plays that win.
So, I want you to remember this. This test isn't about being a math genius. It's about being a good strategist. It's about recognizing what kind of problem you're looking at and then pulling the right tool from your kit to solve it. And guess what? You now have the playbook.
The code is cracked. The system is exposed. Your mission, if you choose to accept it, is to get out there and start practicing. So the only real question left is, which one of these strategies are you going to master first?